Hello Commanders and welcome in part 11 of the American Empire series, and today we are going to analyze and discuss the last video, because in the last video I asked your opinion about the next stage of this war, which is going to be our next opponent, and I really appreciate guys your suggestions and ideas and your opinions. It's actually overwhelming and very beautiful to read all your commands and your help for me. Just a reminder that today I'm not playing solo with the American Empire series. I'm playing with 9,000 followers that are helping me to make this series successful, to achieve our goals and to make it happen solo with America. So guys, today there are a lot of followers that have suggested to attack Africa. The other faction have suggested to attack Europe. There is also people who suggested to stay defensive and anticipate if someone is going to attack us. And there are other people who suggested to go for Asia. The majority have asked me to go straight to the homeland cities of the African coalition, which is the smartest and the most efficient way. For those who know me, I never play defensive. I always play aggressive and the first one to attack. So in today's episode and in the American Empire series, we are not going to play defensive. We are always going to play the offensive with all of our forces, navies, air forces, and destroy our enemies before they even think about attacking us. We did a huge mistake with the Chilean Empire series where we let the European team grow up so much, and later on it was so hard for us to beat them. But today with America, I'm not going to give them the chance to grow up. I'm going to break them before they even have the chance to grow up. Now I am going to start the research of the aircraft carriers. It's about time. We are struggling with the supplies. Because I'm making conventional warheads and also a lot of buildings upgrades. So yeah, it's going to overwhelm a little bit our supplies production. This is why I'm going now to stop making the multiple rocket launchers and SAMs and also the radars, because they have two tremendous stacks that are ready to be deployed in the next war. And meanwhile, we are going to start preparing our armies, navies, troops in the Atlantic Ocean near the Moroccan lands, because the gateway for Africa is going to be Morocco, because it is very close to Libya in North Africa and also very close to Europe. So our gateway there is going to enable us to be able to launch airstrikes and naval strikes on both Europe and Africa at the same time, which is going to be wise and very smart. Meanwhile, now the invasion of Bolivia is underway. Overnight, our multiple rocket launchers have been bombarding the city of La Paz, and you can see that that city has been wrecked, destroyed, with our multiple rocket launchers attacking it from distance. From the notifications here, we only see green notifications of the Bolivian forces being obliterated with the American multiple rocket launchers and towed artilleries. Now I'm going to spread all my National Guards, infantries, etc. to get as much lands as possible in South America and finish this war ASAP before we launch the Operation Atlas. The war against Africa is going to be called the Operation Atlas, where we are going to carry on one of the strongest naval bombardment on the coasts of Africa. At the same time, we are going to make a huge landing like the D-Day with our multiple rocket launchers, SAMs, radars, infantries, National Guards. It's going to be another D-Day, but today in Morocco, in Africa. Keep watching, because the fun is going to begin soon. The huge battle against the Africans is going to begin soon. You can see here that we already finished the war against South America before it even starts. We performed the naval blockade against them. We crippled all of their coastal cities and destroyed their buildings. We killed the Colombian navies. We killed the Bolivian land armies. And now it's only a task of getting these lands as much as possible. These are the stacks that I was speaking about: level 3 mobile radars, level 2 SAMs, and max level multiple rocket launchers. Now I am going to choose the way and the place where I am going to put them. And look at this, guys. The capital of Libya have been nuked. Okay, it's about time now to have a look at the con news and see what kind and who attacked Libya first, who possesses the ballistic nuclear missiles. And at the same time, we can see from the news the casualties and our enemies, what kind of units they have. Let's have a look here at Angola. Look at here, guys. Angola possesses destroyers and attack submarines. So the only flaw that we have in our navy is attack submarines. Some of our members have advised to make naval patrol aircrafts, but first I'm going to start with the naval officer. You know, the naval officer have sonar, so he can see and give me vision against the attack submarines, and I can upgrade him so quickly. Because you know, the costs of the research of the naval officer is not very much. Nuclear attack devastates Libya. So United Kingdom is the one who nuked Libya. United Kingdom, yeah. So the battle is far from being over between Africa and Europe. It's going to be now the best time to attack Africa because they are damaged with the British nuclear ballistic missiles, and at the same time they are 100% busy with Europe. Now it's the perfect time for the American Empire to launch the Operation Atlas. These are the homeland cities of Libya. These are our land armies, and now I'm going to send them near the coast of Morocco, near the island of near the Canary Islands. I'm going to start with that island and build an airfield there to use it as an air base for my stealth air superiority fighters, and later on our attack helicopters. These are our navies composed of 3 level 2 frigates and 11 level 3 cruisers. Later on we will be having the aircraft carriers and the naval officer as well. And when we have the naval officer and the aircraft carriers, we will be having the full package where our navy is going to be complete. I can also fortify my naval defenses against submarines with my rotary wing officer and upgrade it to level 5, where I enable it to have the sonar. So, with our aircraft carriers, I have the naval officer and the rotary wing officer. These both are going to be lethal against submarines. Not all day we are going to counter-attack submarines with destroyers or naval patrol aircrafts or ASW helicopters. We can use other things to boost up our army first, and later on to counter and cover our weakness points. This is all about Conflict of Nations World War III, is how to operate your armies, navies, and how to cover your flaws and build the perfect army to defeat your enemies. This is the update, the general table, where Asia is climbing. Myanmar, he takes a lot of land. Look at that, in green is all of it Myanmar, allied with New Zealand who have Philippines, Australia, and also Japan. These two, they are doing an amazing work here, controlling all of the Pacific Ocean. So we are going to have threat from the Pacific Ocean and from the Atlantic Ocean, and the American Empire is in the middle. Well, we are in a good position, and at the same time we are in a bad position, because if the Asians, they are going to carry on a naval assault on the American Empire while USA is going to invade Africa, we are going to face some problems, yeah. To prevent ourselves from this problem, I need to develop the cruise missiles as soon as possible, to be able to make my air force strong with the cruise missiles, and they can use them against navies. The fast intervention solution here, because cruise missiles, they are going to give you a lot of look at this, naval radar near my navies. Oh god. Okay, our position have been exposed. Now the African team, he knows that I am there and I am preparing myself for this invasion. I cannot leave myself there exposed while they are going to prepare themselves for the counterattack. I'm going to retreat back, assemble my armies, organize my attack lines, and later on I'm going to carry on one of the greatest invasions in the history of Conflict of Nations World War III. I rely on your advice, guys. Just tell me what to do in the comment section. See you in part 12. See you guys, and bye bye.